BingX, a trusted global crypto exchange. Trade spot, futures, or copy top traders easily. Sign up via the link or referral code to get 30 USDT instantly, plus up to 1,500 USDT in bonuses for verification, deposit, and trading.
A surprising confession has emerged from Kody Brown, a central figure in the reality series Sister Wives, during his participation in the intense challenges of Special Forces, World's Toughest Test, while the grueling physical demands of the show, including navigating desert heat and crawling through mud, tested contestants to their limits. It was a particularly sharp moment of directorial critique during a hostage rescue exercise that prompted a profound personal reflection from Brown. Confronted with his decision-making, the reality star found himself compelled to address his perceived failures not just in the simulated mission, but also within the complex tapestry of his family life. Brown, who has navigated the complexities of plural marriage with 4 wives and 18 children, admitted to the constant accusation of favoritism, a burden he carried throughout his years. He revealed a painful reality, a profound sense of rejection from many of his older children, who he stated unequivocally, were like, "I don't need dad or want dad in my life." This estrangement left him deeply offended, particularly as he believed he had consistently provided for his children, expecting reciprocation for his engagement. Despite an initial reluctance to admit fault, the 56-year-old acknowledged a significant shift in his perspective, stating, "I'm the discrepancy. I should have had a strong relationship with my children." Through tears, he confessed, "I'm in a place in my life now where I'm very willing to say that I've been wrong." The root of these familial fractures, he candidly explained, stemmed from a fundamental misunderstanding of his role. He admitted, "I didn't know about being a dad and husband, and I thought I did. I really thought I did, and I misunderstood that, and I did it wrong in so many ways." This realization, painful as it was, also shed light on his past resistance to accountability. "I hated being blamed for it, and so it made me resistant to ownership," he explained. Now, however, a new resolve has taken hold. Brown expressed a strong desire to mend all relationships, including those with his ex-wives Mary Brown, Janelle Brown, and Christine Brown, acknowledging the significant challenge this presents. He offered a heartfelt apology for any hurt or offense caused to his children, emphasizing a newfound need for humility in his life. Back at the Special Forces camp, Brown reiterated this commitment to self-honesty, recognizing that the directing staff's demand for transparency required him to dismantle his own defense mechanisms. He understood their message: to shed his facade, cease self-protection, and embrace genuine self-awareness. While acknowledging the difficulty of excavating these deeply ingrained issues, the former polygamist, now exclusively married to Robin Brown, expressed his readiness to confront them head-on. His physical endurance is being tested on Special Forces, World's Toughest Test, but it is his emotional journey, mirroring the unfolding drama on Sister Wives, that truly captures the attention. Meanwhile, the ripple effects of Kody Brown's past relationships continue to unfold. Janelle Brown, officially divorced from Kody, revealed her contemplation of a spiritual divorce, a path previously explored by Mary Brown. Janelle expressed that the idea of a spiritual divorce had crossed her mind long before, and upon learning of Mary's experience, she proactively sought guidance. Mary, who received a spiritual release from their former church citing abandonment, proved instrumental in connecting Janelle with the necessary resources, adding another layer to the family's fractured dynamics. Madison Brush, Kody and Janelle's second eldest child, openly discussed her ongoing struggle with estrangement from her father. On a recent episode, Madison shared the deep-seated desire for paternal presence and reconciliation. She acknowledged her own role in their strained relationship but admitted to grappling with persistent disappointment and the ongoing process of understanding her father for who he truly is, hoping he might also be experiencing his own form of pain. This sentiment of unresolved issues was echoed by Kody himself, who articulated his belief that healing can only commence on the terms of his children, suggesting a significant impasse in their ability to reconnect. In the midst of these familial challenges, Kody's current wife, Robin Brown, reflected on her own journey, emphasizing her lifelong aspiration for a plural marriage, not just a singular union. She recounted receiving marriage proposals in the past, but her unwavering commitment was to the principle of polygamy. Had Kody been single when he pursued her, her response would have remained the same. Now, however, navigating an unintended monogamous reality, Kody expressed a particular concern regarding their intimate life, suggesting a perceived imbalance where, in his view, a polygamist husband would receive more satisfaction than a monogamist husband. Mary Brown also shared a challenging dating experience, where a potential suitor abruptly ended communication upon discovering her past as a polygamist. This encounter underscored for her the significant social barriers that her marital history presented, leaving her deeply hurt by the exclusion. She recognized this as a pivotal moment, realizing how her polygamist identity could deter individuals from even initiating a connection. Furthermore, Janelle Brown offered a candid assessment of the family's past aspirations, including the much-discussed Coyote Pass property. She confessed that she was not entirely convinced that the entire family shared her vision for settling on the land. While she personally found the property appealing, she suggested that for Kody and some of the other wives, it was more of a fleeting notion. She alleged that the desire to live on Coyote Pass was not universally strong, with Christine expressing no particular interest and Mary willing to follow suit only if others did. Janelle surmised that Kody and Robin's interest might have been more pragmatic, given their existing housing arrangements. Consequently, despite initial enthusiasm, Janelle perceived a growing disinterest in the Coyote Pass plan shortly after their move to Flagstaff. Kody Brown, for his part, has put forth a theory regarding the strained relationships with the majority of his adult children. Excluding Robin's eldest three, he attributed the difficulties to trash talk and innuendo, which he believes has eroded loyalties and trust across the board. The sentiment is echoed by Mykelti Padron, one of Kody's daughters with Christine, who, despite past outward support, has noted that a greater degree of accountability from Kody could significantly improve his relationships with his children. Mykelti expressed that instead of deflecting blame onto his children, other family members, or external gossip, a simple acknowledgement of wrongdoing and an apology could foster much-needed reconciliation. In a separate development concerning the family's financial dealings, Janelle Brown admitted that had she been legally married to Kody, she would have pursued half of his assets upon their separation, viewing them as rightfully hers. This statement comes in the context of the eventual sale of Coyote Pass, from which both Janelle and Mary received a share, while Christine had previously relinquished her portion in exchange for the proceeds of her Arizona home sale. The decision to sell Coyote Pass, Kody explained, became a tangible reality only after the family secured a new residence. The sale of the expansive property was a complex process, involving protracted discussions with his former wives. The move to a new home represented a desire for a fresh start and an escape from the negative memories associated with their previous property, which Kody described as a place of significant heartache. Kody Brown also delved into his perceived failures within the framework of plural marriage, acknowledging that while he felt devoted to the concept of a large family, his individual attention was not always evenly distributed among his wives. He suggested a mutual lack of devotion, both from himself to each wife and vice versa, and from the wives to him or to each other as a collective. He pointed to the disparity in housing arrangements, specifically the construction of a lavish home for Robin while other wives had less, as a potential catalyst for jealousy and resentment. Kody posited that his willingness to prioritize Robin's comfort might have been a factor his other wives struggled to accept. Christine Brown, another of Kody's former wives, described her marriage to him as demanding, highlighting his specific preferences regarding diet, grooming, and other personal matters. She characterized the relationship as requiring significant effort. This sentiment was echoed by Janelle Brown, who, in a conversation with Christine, suggested that Kody might have been a high-maintenance partner, making subsequent relationships inherently challenging. Janelle expressed her reluctance to re-enter the dating scene, finding the prospect of navigating another demanding relationship unappealing. Adding a peculiar anecdote to the narrative, Christine Brown recounted instances where Kody would occasionally slip up and call his wives by incorrect names. Though she noted these occurrences were rare, Kody himself admitted to such slips, often employing a strategy of initiating a name and then quickly correcting himself. Christine Brown also voiced feelings of betrayal directed towards Robin Brown. Expressing a deep-seated lack of trust, she detailed instances where she confided in Robin with personal matters, only to face repercussions or Kody's displeasure, leading her to cease sharing confidences. Robyn, however, portrayed herself as attempting to act as a mediator in marital disputes, admitting that her naive belief in her ability to help might have been misguided. Meri Brown, meanwhile, has established firm boundaries with her ex-husband Kody during a video call to discuss the potential sale of their Arizona property. She found Kody's attempts at casual conversation inappropriate given his past remarks and treatment of her and her friends. Meri emphasized her focus on business, finding Kody's affable demeanor jarring after their history. Kody Brown expressed a belief that he should have had the right to vet Christine Brown's new husband, David Woolley. This sentiment stemmed from his daughter Truly's residence in David's home, asserting his right to know and even to potentially object to David. Janelle Brown, despite her anticipation of recouping her share from the Coyote Pass sale, did not anticipate recovering the money she loaned to Kody and Robyn for their Arizona home. While her children encouraged her to pursue repayment, Janelle acknowledged the significant effort involved and Kody's tendency to offer various justifications for not owing the debt. Kody, however, insisted that he had settled this debt with Janelle in January, a claim Janelle seemingly confirmed by stating their debt was settled and that he was good with her. Intriguingly, Kody Brown revealed that he continues to receive inquiries from women interested in joining his polygamous family. He shared with Robyn an email from a woman who not only chastised him for ceasing plural marriage, but also offered her services to join their family. Robyn admitted to a fleeting moment of consideration, contemplating the potential addition and suitability of the applicant. However, she ultimately deemed the outreach inappropriate, emphasizing the proper protocol of approaching the sister